Hello, Aquarius, and welcome to this, your May 1st through May 15th reading and predictions. If you are new here, thank you so much for trusting and clicking on this video. And if you are returning, very much a big thank you for continuing to support the channel. Let's dive into your reading, Aquarius. Now, in the last reading that I did for you, we had a little bit of excitement. There was an indication there might be a new relationship or partnership coming along for you. But then the death card popped up right next to the cards that were indicating that you potentially had this new relationship or partnership or mentorship coming in. And then you also had the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords had come up a couple of times for you, indicating that someone wasn't being honest with you. And you had the Nine of Swords coming in, indicating you were lying awake in bed worrying. And the Justice card coming in. Ugh, I'm exhausted just thinking about it. But the Justice card was likely coming in to protect you, Aquarius, in case you were tempted to enter into any kind of contract or agreement during Mercury retrograde, which of course ended on April 24th. So, yeah, we can leave that one in the past. The Nine of Swords, lying awake in bed, worrying. Yeah, there was a full moon. There was a lot of solar activity. There was a comet that went flying by. That may have been affecting you, keeping you awake at night. This relationship, the possible relationship or partnership coming up, and then having the Death card and the Seven of Swords come up. Let's see whether any of that comes up for you again. Um, let's pull some cards. Where are we going? All right, we're going to start here with the Osho Zen. And also, Aquarius, if you wouldn't mind watching all the way until the end, I do have a surprise for you. At the very end of this video, I will be pulling cards that have yes, no answers on them. So if you have a question that you would like to put your trust and faith into the cards, stick around all the way till the end. Also, that helps the channel. Oh, and those ones are on the floor. All right. Let me get these off the floor. These two came up in the middle. This was the first card out and the last card out. So we do have 4 cards that came out for you, Aquarius, for where you are at now. You have the Mind card. Being caught up in the mind, too much going on, not enough action in the 3D world, and far too much. Oh, I need to do this and I need to do that, and I'm being pulled in this direction, I'm being pulled in that direction. And Nine of Swords energy is coming up. Oh, let it go. Let it go, Aquarius. Moving into the energy of new vision. This card corresponds to the Hanged Man. This card is about seeing things, seeing life, seeing everything from a bit different perspective, perhaps seeing it from the perspective of above, seeing the bigger picture, seeing why certain things manifested the way they did, why other things didn't manifest at all, why things are going the way that they are going. Take a good hard look at this card and dive deep into its energy, Aquarius, because when you can see things from the bigger perspective instead of going through life with your blinders on, going, oh, doesn't matter what's happening over there, doesn't matter what, nope, just right here, right in front of me, you miss out on a lot. And you miss out not only on the bigger perspectives, but you also miss out on some pretty big lessons. So that's where you are at now, is, being able to see things from the bigger picture, the bigger perspective. You are in the process of tuning in. This card corresponds to the Four of Cups. This is a card of not paying attention to the chit chat and chatter and gossip that's going on all around you, but instead you are tapping into you. Pay attention. What do you want? When we're caught up in our mind, often it's because we've got so many conflicting opinions coming in. And so when we can see the bigger picture, that there's too many conflicting and competing opinions, then we can tune in. which brings us into consciousness, brings us into the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords, of course, are new beginnings from the intellectual place, from the mind. So it's interesting that you have two cards, one on either end of this initial portion of your reading. One of them indicating that you are all tied up in knots in your mind. And then you have the opportunity to tune in, see things from a bigger perspective, and move into consciousness, move into creating from a conscious place instead of attempting to create from the mass confusion of, but he said that, and she said, but and, and not understanding how you feel or what you are thinking. This card is about, yeah, but, oh, gee, that's the energy of this card. The energy of this card is, I have this amazing, fantastic idea. How do I get it out into the world? Because I'm going to birth this idea and it's going to be amazing. Okay. Let's take a look at what you are concentrating on or focusing on. Where are you putting your energies? Where are the Aquarians putting their energies for the beginning of May? Interesting. Huh. Right at the very end. Queen of Swords and Ten of Pentacles. Okay. Queen of Swords is again the intellectual queen. She is the queen who taps deeply into her mind and her intuition. She is one of the only queens that has a cat at her feet in the traditional deck, not in this particular deck, because this, of course, is the Everyday Witch deck, and there's cats featured on almost all of the cards. But in the traditional tarot, the Queen of Swords has a cat at her feet, indicating that she not only makes her decisions from a place of mind or intellect, she also taps into the esoteric in order to make her decisions. So, Aquarius, make sure that whatever decisions you are tapping into at this time, you're using all of your faculties, be that the mind, the heart, the intuition, tuning out all the chatter and tapping in to what it is that you want to manifest. Which brings me to the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is the desire to want to manifest the dog, the 2.5 kids, the house, the white picket fence, the perfect life, the American dream. However you envision your future is what this card represents. It's what you are working towards manifesting. Now, this card also has the message to make sure that you are putting funds aside for a rainy day, save for a rainy day. But this card can sometimes also indicate a large purchase, like a house or something like that. Potentially, maybe even a move, Aquarius. Who knows? Difficult influences. Where are we going? Difficult influences and challenges for Aquarius as Aquarius taps into the energy of Ten of Pentacles and Queen of Swords for the beginning of May. What's coming up for Aquarius? All right. You can see this card sticking out as I drop the cards. That one didn't want to go back in, so we'll grab that one out as well. And we'll grab these two cards. Oh, there's that Seven of Swords again, Aquarius. And the Seven of Swords is coming up again in your difficult influences, indicating you still have someone in and around in your midst who is not on your side. There's deception, there's deceit. They are interfering with what you're working towards manifesting. You have an idea and you want to get it out there. You know what you want your future to look like. You have done your work. You're seeing things from a bigger perspective, right? You're tuning into yourself. You're tapping into that intuition. You're in touch with your consciousness. And yet this Seven of Swords keeps coming up, indicating that there is deception, deceit. There's something going on, and it's in your difficult influences, meaning that this is now affecting you. It is getting in your way, Aquarius. So when you are doing this consciousness and turning in and tuning in work, see if you can determine who the snake oil salesman is and release their energy. It could be just some energy that's hanging around and you may need to do an energy clearing. But I suspect, Aquarius, that because this is coming up, this is the third or the fourth reading in a row that the Seven of Swords has come up for you. This saboteur may be you, and it may be as a result of a belief system that you have because someone said something to you in the past. Someone said something to you in the past that made you stop believing in yourself, and you started sabotaging yourself. And if that's the truth, now it has been brought into the light. If that was the shadow, it is now in the light, Aquarius, and you can now release the saboteur because you deserve so much more and so much better. So whatever's going on with this Seven of Swords coming up month after month, really, really knuckle down and figure out what this Seven of Swords is and get it out of your life. You have the Ten of Swords in your difficult influences. Now, the Ten of Swords is actually a positive card, despite the fact that it doesn't have a very nice picture on it. And we've got the character down here with 10 swords. And it's not a very nice picture, but the Ten of Swords is actually a positive card in that it indicates the ending of feeling like this, the ending of carrying around all of this trial and tribulation. That's in your difficult influences, indicating there is an end in sight for the trials and tribulations that you have currently been experiencing. But they might be just postponed a little bit. And then you have the Three of Cups. Three of Cups, of course, is a very positive card. It is about celebration. It's in your difficult influences. So this is saying, don't celebrate yet. Don't pop the champagne yet. It's coming, but there's a delay. Okay. It's not saying that it's not coming around at all. The Three of Cups is in your difficult influence is just saying that it's delayed a little bit. Messages the universe wants Aquarius to hear at this time. Messages for Aquarius. Let's go through the deck again. Messages for Aquarius. It's on the floor. Okay. Feel joy in all that you do, Aquarius. Feel joy in all that you do is the message from the universe. All right, let's tap into your unexpected. And that one's on the floor too. Unexpected for Aquarius. You seem to have a lot of unexpected coming up here, Aquarius. All right, the very first card that came up in your unexpected was the Five of Pentacles. We then had the King of Wands. Then we have the Eight of Wands. And then we have the Queen of Cups. Aquarius. There is another indication here that there is a new partnership just around the corner for you. Whether this be a romantic relationship or a mentor-mentee type relationship, this is an indication that there is another coupling of two people coming together. Now, this one might be interesting. The reason is that you've got the King of Wands, who is the King of Fire, and you've got the Queen of Cups, who is the Queen of Water. What does water do to fire? It sometimes tames it and puts it out. Yeah. And you've got the Eight of Wands in between. Eight of Wands is about success. It's about following through on something. And the Eight of Wands is also the card that represents travel. Aquarius. Yeah. You're working towards manifesting your Ten of Pentacles. But you're postponing it somehow, some way. All right. You've got the Five of Pentacles coming in. The Five of Pentacles is about possible financial bumps in the road. I wouldn't dwell on this, Aquarius. I don't, because you also have the King of Wands and the Queen of Cups coming in here. I wouldn't dwell on this Five of Pentacles. It's just something to be aware of. Perhaps curb your spending for a couple of weeks. King of Wands is the King of Fire. He is the King of Action. He loves to be taking action. He does bring good fortune your way, but you also have the Queen of Transformation. The Queen of Cups is the Queen of Transformation coming in. With the Eight of Wands in the middle. I want to say that there is a new relationship or new partnership coming in for you, Aquarius. This has been indicated in several readings in the last couple of months for you. But I'm not sensing that the relationship is going to be a romantic relationship or a romantic partner. I'm picking up that this is probably going to be a relationship of convenience, and it's temporary. It is a partner or a mentor that comes in, they help you, they aid you, they give you suggestions, they support you. You support them, you aid them, and then they're gone. That's the dynamic that I'm sensing is coming in. And I'm sensing that this Seven of Swords might be you wanting more from the relationship than what the relationship is intended to come into your life to bring, if that makes sense. And so it's being postponed until you have a clear picture of what you want and what your expectations are of the other person and what your expectations are of you in a relationship. Okay. I see videos all the time. My son is notorious for bringing me stupid meme videos and stuff like that. But I see videos all the time of young women being interviewed and saying, "What do you want in a man?" And the woman is there in stretched out, torn yoga pants, um, hasn't brushed her hair in 3 days. And she's going, "I expect my man to be completely rich and he's going to have to buy me a Ferrari and he needs to do this for me and he needs to do that for me. But you don't care enough about yourself and what do you bring to the relationship? Okay. I'm not saying, Aquarius, that you're on that page by any means. That's an extreme example. But, Aquarius, what do you bring to the table in the position of being a mentor for someone if you are calling in a mentor? Because a mentor-mentee relationship, oftentimes the student teaches the teacher as much as the teacher has to teach the student. Remember that the universe likes balance. So if relationships, whether they be romantic relationships, business partnerships, mentor-mentee relationships, if they are not balanced, then both parties don't benefit from it. And that's really the sense that I'm getting for you, Aquarius, is that there needs to be a deep dive exploration into not only what do I want, what do I need, but what do I have to offer in return? And I think that that is this Seven of Swords that keeps coming up for you. Let's dive into your final general overall outcome. Where are we going? We're going over here to the fairy deck. Final general overall outcome for Aquarius. Final general overall outcome. Don't fall on the floor, please. All right, we do have one more card here. All right, so in the order in which they came out. Okay. Aquarius, in the order in which they came out, we do have the Strength card. Strength card reminding you of just how strong you actually are to get through all of this stuff that's going on, to escape from this mind that you've been caught up in, to really, really face the demons that be with this Seven of Swords, be that a literal Seven of Swords, as in someone who is being deceitful and dishonest, or whether it's a situation of self-sabotage, which I was picking up for you intuitively, so that you can really move into and embrace the energies that are coming up in your unexpected, which is a new relationship of some kind. Watch for May 10th as well. You've got two tens in your reading. Do you have any other tens? No. You've got two tens in your reading. Watch for May 10th to come up. You're not the only sign that has tens coming up. But yeah, you're going to need your strength in order to be able to face this, regardless of whether you have an actual saboteur in your life or whether you are the saboteur. You have the strength and the power to be able to overcome this and move into your Four of Spring. Your Four of Spring is about gratitude and celebration. Recognize and acknowledge what you have. You have the Tower coming in. The Tower coming in is telling me that if you don't deal with this Seven of Swords, because the Seven of Swords has come up so often, if you don't deal with it, life is going to bring that matter to a head for you. Something is going to happen that's going to make you go, I should have dealt with that. You have the moon. Pay attention to your intuition and epiphanies. Pay attention to your dreams at this time. And I want to say as well, pay attention to the cycle of the moon at this time. A lot of us have different emotions and different things and different motivations that come up during the different phases of the moon. So, for example, for me personally, when the moon is coming up full, I have no motivation. I get anxious. I get almost angry. I don't want to do anything. And as soon as the moon has reached its full apex, all of that melts away and I go back into being my normal self. But for 3 or 4 days leading up to the full moon, okay? So pay attention to that, Aquarius. Pay attention to the cycle of the moon and chart it out for a little while. How do I feel during new moon? How do I feel during full moon? How do I feel while the moon is getting bigger and getting smaller? Chart that out. It's going to be really important because it will help you to deal with some of this other stuff that's coming up. And you have the balance card coming in. I want to point out as well, excuse me, you have the balance card as well as the strength card here. Both of them have lions featured on them prominently. You've got the lion here, you've got the lion here. This is representative of Leo the lion, so watch for possibly a Leo to be coming in. Watch for this relationship that I keep seeing for you. Watch for it to be with a Leo. And like I said, I'm not picking up that it is a necessarily a romantic relationship. It might go that direction eventually, but this is more about they have something to teach you. There's a lesson, and you have something to teach them, and it's mutual. All right. If this video resonated for you, if this reading resonated for you, please hit that like button and subscribe. It really does help me to build the channel. Also, if you are interested in a private consultation, my contact details are down below. Please bring to mind your yes/no question. What would you like answered, Aquarius? Ask your question several times in your mind. Right. Aquarius, in response to your yes/no question, your answer is listen to your intuition. Go within. And you do have a card in your reading. In fact, it was one of the very first cards that came out about going within, tuning in. The answers are within you. All right. Thank you so much for being here, Aquarius. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. And I hope that you will allow me the honor of doing your next reading in the middle of May.